ASI Student Senate. As per ASI bylaws, I will begin with the land acknowledgement. The Fresno State campus sits in the midst of the San Joaquin Valley, a valley rich in traditions and representation of Native American peoples and cultures. We are grateful to be in the traditional homelands of the Yakuts and Mono peoples, whose diverse tribal community shares stewardship over this land. Thank you for joining me in this acknowledgement. I will now take roll. President Van Hoven.
Present.
EPF Zamudio-Tejas.
Present.
Senator Blodgett.
Present.
Senator Kamlin.
Present.
Senator Chaudhary.
Present.
Senator Dubois.
Here.
Senator Fresno.
Present.
Senator Garabedian.
Present.
Senator Guzman.
Present.
Senator Hoke.
Present.
Senator Howdy.
Present.
Senator Kisby.
Present.
Senator Mora.
Present.
Senator Prado.
Present.
Senator Renteria.
Present.
Senator Rivera.
Present.
Senator Wichita.
Present.
Thank you. With a count of 3 executives present and 16 senators present, we meet quorum. We will now proceed to item 3.0, public comment. Public comment is a time for any member of the public to address the Senate on any issue affecting Associated Students, Inc. and or California State University, Fresno. You can either address your concern live during the meeting at the allotted time, or you can send your comments ahead of time via email to asi-vice-president@mail.fresnostate.edu. We'll now open the floor for public comment. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to speak. If there's any public comment, please approach the podium. Seeing and hearing none. We will now be moving on to action item 4.0, approval of the agenda. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Dubois.
I motion to approve the agenda.
All right. Is there a second? Senator Chaudhary.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing here none, I'll be doing a voice call vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All against say no. Any abstentions? Seeing and hearing none, the motion passes unanimously. We will now be moving forward to 5.0, approval of the minutes. I'll open the floor for motions on the approval of the minutes from the meeting held previously. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Dubois.
I motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you. Senator Chaudhary. Thank you. Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing and hearing none, I'll be doing a voice call vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing and hearing none, the minutes pass. Thank you very much. We'll now move forward to item 6.0, campus reports. First on item 6.1, campus resource reports. Each speaker presenting a campus resource report will have 10 minutes to address the student senate. Bless you. Are there any campus resource reports? Seeing and hearing none. We will move forward to item 6.2, campus administration reports. In the same way, campus administration reports will have 10 minutes to address the student senate. Are there any campus administration reports today? Seeing and hearing none. We will now move forward to item 7.0, new business. I will open the floor on action item 7.1, budget approval. Senate will review and vote on the final annual budget proposal as recommended by the Finance Committee. Student Senate has reserved 50 minutes for this item. The Finance Committee shall be presenting, and VPF, the floor is yours.
Alrighty, everybody, we are down to our final budget recommendation. So the Associated Students, Inc. Senate will be voting today on to approve the 2025-2026 recommended budget totaling $1,842,000. I believe this budget reflects the needs of ASI and our commitment to providing support and services to the student body and campus community. This requires a 2/3 vote of the Senate and the approval of the university president for any budget to be approved for the following fiscal year. Some key components and highlights for the 2025-2026 budget include, but are not limited to, the ASI student fee increase in 2024-2025 through the IRA student fee increase proposal that was approved by the university president. ASI's budget has increased approximately by $200,000, bringing ASI's operating budget to $1,842,000 to provide additional support for growing needs of student organizations and initiatives that ASI serves. The increased funding will be appropriated to expand club grants, increase support for underfunded campus student programs, events, and enhance student life. A little bit more other revenues, such as interest income for financial banking needs. Due to the increased interest earnings for the fiscal year, ASI's interest earnings have increased from 0.5% to 3 to 4%, representing the increase is shown on the budget line. As for administration and operations, office administration and office equipment, the ASI office equipment budget line will remain the same as previously, which is $20,000. For administration and operations, for legal fees, Referencing the previous ASI student body election cycle in the academic year of 2024-2025, the legal fees associated with the prospective pending litigation, ASI has determined to increase the budget line from $3,000 to $10,000. It is necessary to prepare for any potential future legal disputes regarding ASI elections. For operations and insurance, the total for the 2025-2026 will be $18,666. Moving on to administration and programs. For promotional events and student training and development, to welcome the new ASI cohort for 2025 to 2026, ASI has increased the publicity budget line from $20,000 to $25,000 in anticipation of increased ASI membership engagement as for campus-wide activities. For student training and development as well, every year ASI facilitates annual training for new student officers as well as staff for the academic year. ASI will be hosting both executive and Senate retreats on campus for the 2025-2026 school year at the Smith Camp Alumni House. And this budget line reflects the reduced cost for such events. However, for the 2025-2026 cohort, there is a 72.73% turnover rate, which is the highest turnover rate ASI has ever experienced. So for that, we are recommending a $5,000 increase. Moving on to ASI programs, new programs. ASI increased the new programs budget line from $66,000 to $144,000, representing a $78,000 increase to provide ASI executives and senators more flexibility and freedom to initiate student-led programs, startup initiatives for Fresno State students and the campus community. This increased funding will be appropriated to support underfunded campus student programs, campus-wide events, and enhance student life per approved the IRA student fee increase. Moving on to ASI programs, the scholarship endowment. ASI reinstated scholarships for students to provide additional financial support for supplies, housing, transportation, and other academic-related resources in 2024 to 2025. ASI awarded 15 $200 scholarships to students from all parts of campus. With the success of the ASI scholarship initiative, ASI has increased the scholarship endowment budget line from $3,000 to $10,000 for the 2025-2026 school year. Criteria for the awarding scholarships will be determined by the ASI executive team led by the Vice President of Finance. This program will assist students by alleviating financial burdens and barriers to academic success. For programs relating to community revitalization, ASI has received an increase in the community involvement aspect and as well for activities requests from external community organizations. As a supporting community and campus partner, ASI has collaborated and sponsored Council Member Tyler Maxwell's office Operation Gobble, a community initiative that provides Thanksgiving meals to hundreds of families in and around Fresno State campus. ASI also partners with local grocery store chains to provide gift cards for families to purchase holiday meals during the Christmas season. Additionally, these opportunities to give back to community organizations have a direct and indirect impact on our Fresno State campus. Moving on to programs and services for Senator constituent outreach. In anticipation of the incoming ASI 2025-2026 cohort, ASI has increased the Senator constituent outreach budget line from $12,000 to $18,000 to reflect that $1,000 each for each senator is appropriated for the constituent outreach purposes for their respective constituencies. These funds can be used for, but are not limited to, special giveaway initiatives to promote increased student engagement activities, promotional activities, sponsorship opportunities, among other student-led programs. Moving on to the ASI media and publications. The Bulldog blog and ASI media publications, ASI will increase investment in promoting the Bulldog blog bi-weekly, sent to Fresno State community that highlights and promotes student-led activities and initiatives. The Bulldog blog has been a campus resource for Fresno State since 2006 and will continually read online journal website with Fresno State campus. Sorry guys, there's a lot to read, so I'll give you guys a little break. ASI will use the increased funds from $1,000 to $5,000 for various initiatives to promote the Bulldog blog at ASI sponsoring tabling events, tailgates, and other campus resources for students. ASI has increased the media budget from, like I mentioned, 1,000 to 5,000 to utilize new platforms, programs, and other media outreach tools to increase engagement with students and other campus organizations. Moving on to ASI recreational services, student clubs, and organization services. As a result of the student fee increase, ASI increased appropriations for the following ASI sponsored grants to provide additional funding to student campus clubs and organizations. So for sponsored activity / new club grant, there has been an increase of $25,000. Previously $65,000, it's now $90,000. For the club booster grant, there has been a $15,000 increase, previously from $15,000 now to $30,000, and from club sport grant, a $20,000 increase from $20,000 to now $40,000. Increasing financial support for campus clubs and organization will allow ASI to provide greater financial assistance to greater number of campus clubs and organizations to elevate, strengthen, and improve student-led programs and initiatives. Moving on to the administration and operations programs and services, salaries and benefits. In 2024-2025, the ASI Executive Board and the university president approved staff salary equity adjustments to ensure employees are compensated fairly after a comprehensive analysis was conducted and identified for each ASI full-time staff position were below the industry standards. There is a note, staff salary equity adjustments and discussions began in 2023-2024 academic year and were analyzed, discussed, and determined and approved by the ASI Executive Board and University President prior to the student fee increase. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
Thanks. The floor is open for questions, if there are any. All right. Seeing and hearing none, I'm going to open the floor for motions. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Kisby.
A motion to approve.
Is there a second? Senator DePaul.
A second to approve the budget.
Right. Is there any discussion or debate before we move forward to a vote? Seeing and hearing none, I will do a voice call vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing and hearing none, the budget for the next academic year passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Thank you, PPF, and thank you to the Finance Committee for all your hard work this semester. I know it was not easy, so thank you. We will now move on to 7.2 action item, proposed new election code. Student Senate has reserved 30 minutes for this item. The legal committee and I shall answer any questions the Senate has of us regarding the new election code, and I will also do a short reading of the election code itself, of a summary, because I'll read the summary first and I'll go into more detail. But to preface on with everything that's happened in this cycle and with us understanding that our election code is not adequate, our existing election code is not adequate for the future elections and how discourse and campaigning has changed in the last decade. So we have put in a lot of effort to make sure that we have created a brand new election code, and we have created a standalone document to clarify any of the issues that have happened in the past 5 or 6 elections within ASI, any historical issues that we've had, etc. So I'll begin reading. So these changes to the ASI election code were long overdue. For too long, ASI elections have operated under vague procedures, unclear responsibilities, and inconsistent enforcement, which has opened the door to confusion, power struggles, and even manipulation in the past. By passing this new code, we have the opportunity to make a long-term structural improvement that ensures no future election cycle is undermined by ambiguity or drama. This new code clarifies roles across ASI, student leaders, and staff, establishes concrete rules and spending limits for campaigns that weren't present previously, defines fair, transparent procedures for resolving disputes, creates clear pathways to appeal enforcement actions, and most importantly, it ensures that the election authority stays in the hands of students and not the school administration. This is a foundational move towards student self-governance and a long-term integrity in ASI. I would go into the detailed breakdown, but seeing as how it summarizes about 70 pages of content, I would hate to reduce it too much. But to give I hope most of the senators were able to review it as much as they could before the meeting. summary, the election commission will be turning into the agency with more election commissioners this time around. The ASI executives will be within this agency, and they must recuse themselves and define themselves as a candidate before any decision making can be done within the elections agency. So if the candidate fails, if the executive within the agency fails to declare that they are a candidate in the upcoming election cycle, they will simply be ineligible to run, with no exception. If they had any hand in the formation of the election packet, petitions, then the executives will be ineligible to run for that election cycle. There are rules on proxies and a lot of different checks and balances for this and that. The student court will be turning into the elections complaint committee, and we have also formalized the process in which appeals will be done. It is not an ambiguous passover to the student, to the university designee, the university president designee. It is now a structured council with students voting on it, and with the expectation that it is the next cohort's responsibility to make sure that the appellate council and the election complaint committee are filled and staffed before the election season happens. This election code will have inevitable issues down the line. In a few years, there will be something that we did not think of that will have to come up to be fixed, right? So I am not expecting this code to be perfect at the get-go, right? But I will expect it to be better than what we had before. And I think it is a good baseline for future senators to build off of. Yes, so without yapping too much, I'll open the floor for questions. Does anyone have any questions for me or the legal committee today? Okay. Seeing, hearing none. For my sanity, I'm going to ask for motions. Any motions on the floor today? Senator Garabedian?
I motion to amend the election code draft. This is very small, but
Okay.
2A1E, 2A3B, and 9H. The body text appears in the table of contents, which means that they're in the wrong header format.
Understood.
So,
All right.
I motion to amend the draft with those changes.
Thank you, sir. All right. Is there? Okay. So we'll log that as a friendly amendment because it's grammatical, format based. It doesn't need a second motion for that to go through. All right. Thank you very much for the friendly amendment and for catching that before we implement this for the next year's team. Yes. Are there any other motions on the floor today? Senator Kidby.
I motion to approve.
Thank you. Senator Kemlin.
I second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing and hearing none, I will be, again for my sanity, doing a roll call. Senator Blodgett?
Yes.
Senator Cowan?
Yes.
Senator Chaudhary?
Yes.
Senator Dubois?
No.
Senator Firston?
Yes.
Senator Garabedian?
Yes.
Senator Guzman?
Yes.
Senator Hall? Boy. Senator Hope?
Yes.
Senator Howdy?
Yes.
Senator Kisby?
Yes.
Senator Mora?
Yes.
Senator Prado?
Yes.
Senator Renteria?
Yes.
Senator Rivera?
Yes.
Senator Wijesinghe?
Yes.
Thank you. With one dissenting vote, the motion passes. The election code has now been adopted for the next academic year. Thank you very much. We will now be moving forward to 7.3, bylaw and policy changes. Senate will discussion vote on proposed amendments to the bylaws and policies as recommended by the legal committee. These changes aim to align our government documents with current organizational practices and legal requirements, and if approved, the election code. The student senators reserve 30 minutes for this item. The legal committee and I shall answer any questions the Senate has of us, and I will give a short summary of the changes made. We have made, like I said, I hope that the Senate was able to review the bylaw and policy changes prior to the meeting. But as a short summary, we have shored up processes on one, within the policies, what was existing as the election code, and anything involving the election or student court has been deleted, and it now refers to, or at least in the suggestion, if there were to be approved today, it will be deleted, and everything will be referenced to the standalone election code document for clarity, so that we no longer have to scroll through the policy separately, and if it's election-based, it's now in a separate document. We have clarified we've added a clause within the staff protections that gives the president the ability to refer and not refer to the student senate as it is in regular senate if it comes to any type of staff issues, if we have any staff complications, or if we have any conduct that is worthy of reporting to HR and starting within a removal process. We've added a clause, I think it's G, or I believe it's G, which details that the president has the right to refer these things to HR, but it still follows the same substantiation process of having to be confirmed within HR, having to go through the Dean of Students and the VP of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management for consultation, and substantiation is required for HR before any removal action is made against staff. Other changes that were made was clarifications within the president's guidelines of what their responsibilities are, and also within the EVP role, I have added a new clause in which if the Senate disagrees with any organizational practice that the EVP takes, like let's say 5 p.m. report due dates or et cetera, the Senate has the right outside of Senate time to circulate a physical or digital petition to ask the EVP to change their organizational practice, as long as it is within the confines of the ASI bylaws. I have also referred and added a conduct strike, which is based on very specifically guided that if a senator or executive or senator or member of the corporation is targeting another member of the corporation maliciously with the intent of hurting their reputation or physically, emotionally, that there is a substantiation process that must be proved, but it would count as 2 strikes towards the 3 strikes necessary to remove a senator or executive if you are to approve a conduct strike. There are very specific guidelines on when and how and that can be used, so that it can't be, it does also specify in there that interpersonal conflicts, disagreements between senators, and generally not liking each other are not grounds for conduct issues. There are other details in there, but please forgive me, my brain is having trouble remembering all of the content. So I'm going to open the floor for questions. If there are any questions on the floor, I will answer them, and the same to anyone in the legal committee. All right. Seeing and hearing no questions, I will open the floor for motions. Are there any motions on the floor today? Senator Kisby.
A motion to approve.
Senator Howdy.
I second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion or debate on the floor? Seeing and hearing none, I will, since this is a bylaw change, I'll start a roll call vote. Senator Blodgett?
Yes.
Senator Kemlin?
Yes.
Senator Chowdhury?
Yes.
Senator Dubois?
Yes.
Senator Firstman?
Yes.
Senator Garabedian?
Yes.
Senator Guzman?
Yes.
Senator Hoke?
Yes.
Senator Howdy?
Yes.
Senator Kisby?
Yes.
Senator Mora?
Yes.
Senator Prado?
Yes.
Senator Renteria?
Yes.
Senator Rivera?
Yes.
Senator Wijesina?
Yes.
With unanimous consent, the bylaw and policy changes are approved. Thank you very much, everybody. And we will now move forward to our last item for the day, which is ASI State of Affairs Address. We have reserved 20 minutes for this item, but I would be hard-pressed to believe that Faith will be speaking for 20 minutes, so take it with a grain of salt. ASI President Van Hoven is prepared to end your statement as required in the bylaws, and the floor is yours.
If you want to speak 20 minutes, Caroline, I'm just going to keep saying blah, blah. I think that there's a lot of things that I could say, but the first and most important is I just want to thank all of you for all of the work that you've done, not only in your positions, but also the amount of work that it takes being a student, having this and potentially other jobs. I just want to commend all of you. And I also want to give a very special shout out to Freddie, because I think we all know without him this year, it would have been a dumpster fire on top of some chicken poo. He's not only been the best right-hand man I could ever ask for, but also just such a great EVP. So with that going in, I'm not going to get into too much about the nitty-gritty because we did have that lovely budget presentation. Thank you, But I just really want to emphasize that as you guys are going, whether you're moving on from ASI or you're staying in ASI, this year has been about not the executive's ability to change things, not admin's ability to change things, not staff's ability to change things, but your guys' ability to change things. And I think that we've seen it in so many different aspects, and so I just have to thank you on that too. So just a little bit about overview. This year we've had around 1,400 community service hours, so congratulations. We've given out around 5,000 blue books and Scantrons. We've sat on 27 campus-wide committees, most of those are probably Freddie. And we've given out quite a bit of money to sponsored activity grants, club booster grants, and so forth. And so with the incoming student fee increase, we'll see that not only will we be able to give out more money, but we'll also be able to give that directly back to students. I think that this is especially sad for me because ASI has been a part of my life for 2 years, and serving as president has truly been a really, just I think a privilege and an honor because I get to work with so many different individuals and see so many different sides of you. And so the last thing I want to end on is something that I said back in my installation speech, which I don't expect any of you to remember. But I said that you have to tether yourself to time because of the limited amount of service that we had. And I think that all of you have done such great things in the time that we have. And those of us that are graduating, I can't wait to stay in touch and see what else we keep going for. So let's just all give everyone a round of applause. And I think that's it. I think I can answer questions if you want me to take up 20 minutes. Oh, also everyone, please give Sydney a big congratulations and thank you. What are these? Little mouse elephants? What are they? Elephants or?
They're supposed to be elephants.
But they look kind of funky.
Okay, it's kind of like me. So everyone, thank Sydney.
When you graduate, come get me.
She's gonna be here for 2 more years, guys. If there's an open Senate position. No.
No.
You yield the floor.
Oh yeah, I yield, guys.
Thank you. Well, a round of applause for President. We'll now move forward to item 8.0 reports. We've replaced reports this time with an option for each senator or executive to give a personal statement of their time in ASI. You know, you can. We have time, but you know, be mindful, right? So, do you want to say something again?
Oh no, I'm
Okay,
done.
very good. So I'll say the thing without trying not to cry. I have been in ASI now for 4 years, practically. My entirety at Fresno State has been within ASI. When I first got here, you know, there were issues to deal with like any other year or with any other group of people, and I've been able to see this cyclicality of how it goes in ASI and the problems that come up and the problems that disappear and the problems that come back up after a few years of not thinking about it again. And I realized that you know, these issues that we deal with as students are, yes, they might be new every once in a while, but at the end of the day, there's always a guidebook here, and there's always people that can help you with figuring out the last steps. There are people that surround us that have been in ASI decades before us and can give us clarity on things that we never could have thought of. But you know, for me personally, not to be too much about it, but this was a lot to me. Like this meant a lot to me, and then your guys' trust in me the last 2 years meant a lot. And me posting an agenda every single Friday and every other Friday became so normal in my schedule that I didn't even realize I was going to have to stop doing it at some point, right? And with this last agenda I posted last Friday, with the passing of these codes and these bylaws that hopefully will make ASI stable for another decade, I am supremely thankful to all of you because I'm still in my head a senator, and I see the things that you guys do, and I wish I had more time here. So, but it is the natural way of things for things things to end because you have to pass it on to the next person. You have to trust other people with the things that you worked on, or else it's not shared work, it's your work. And the work we have to do here in ASI has to be shared, and it has to be for other people, and it can't be for yourself. So, thank you, and thank you for making sure my last year as EVP was just awesome. So, I yield my time. The floor is yours. Yeah.
Okay, guys. I'm already crying, so bear with me. I did write a speech. I'm so sorry. As I wrap up my time as ASI Vice President of Finance, my heart is full of gratitude. This role has been more than just a title. It's been a journey of growth, purpose, and deep connection to the Fresno State students. To Manny, Luis, Diana, James, and Karen, thank you for believing in me, challenging me, and always encouraging me to show up as my best self. You've each played a meaningful role in shaping who I am today, and I carry your guidance with me. To the executive team and our incredible student staff, you are the heartbeat of ASI. Behind every event, every initiative, and every dollar we give back to students, you are there making it happen. Your dedication inspires me every single day. Serving in this role has truly been the most meaningful experience of my college career, and I've had the privilege to be a voice for students, especially those who often feel unheard. I was able to expand scholarships to ease financial burdens, provide financial literacy trainings, and help distribute more funding to our clubs and organizations because students deserve to be invested in. What makes me most proud isn't just the programs that we built, but the people that we have empowered. I've seen the strength of our student body in every project, every voice, and every brave conversation we've had this year. Being part of the Fresno State students will always be one of the most meaningful chapters in my life. I've had this chance to speak up for those that couldn't and advocate for change. To the incoming cohort, especially Diana, I trust you with all my heart to continue this work. I know you'll lead with intention and care, and I'm excited for everything you'll bring to the table. Remember to rely on one another, listen to the needs of students, and take care of yourself, and most importantly, enjoy every single moment. To the current cohort, I'm proud of each and every one of you guys, and I'm even more proud of all the students that we serve. Fresno State, thank you for letting me be part of something so special. Though my term is ending, I will never stop showing up and showing out for our students. This isn't a goodbye, it's just a new start to a new chapter. And as always, go Dogs.
Thank you very much. No pressure to anyone to speak or not, but we will start with the center budget.
On a little bit of a lighter note, I'd like to a big shout out to Freddie for all the times I've seen him get under Marco's skin. Getting him to look like an angry little elf is a very, very
Go Freddie!
Not the angry little.
Other than that, thank you guys for the last year. I've made some really close friendships I never would have had if it weren't for this community. And with that, I leave my time.
Okay, so I wrote something. It's not long, but I just want to say that ASI has been such a supportive place and a second home on campus where I can eat, definitely had a lot of meals, do my homework, or just have a conversation with someone I know who cares. I just want to thank all the ASI staff and Freddie for always believing in me and helping my projects come to life, such as the Teacher Supply Drive or the Crime Leadership Council. I have enjoyed all of the ASI events, such as tailgates, our laughs in the Internal Affairs Committee meetings, and just being at your amazing projects, seeing what you all can do. Congratulations to everyone who is graduating, and with that, I yield my time.
I just want to say thank you and how grateful I am that I was able to be a part of this cohort. My experience has been more than just leadership. I have gotten to to learn from our staff a lot. I spent a lot of time in the office just yapping, and I have built a lot of friendships that I hopefully will have after college as well. And also thanks to Freddie, because we wouldn't be here sitting here without you. So thanks, and yeah, that's it. Thank you. I give my time.
Right, congratulations to everyone graduating. It's been a long time, especially some longer than others.
You got this.
This is my second time serving on a student government. My first time was at Fresno City College. About the same size student population, I would say, but a lot less student participation. So this has been a lot more fulfilling for me in terms of that, just getting to connect one-on-one with students and getting to connect with my senators and my executive staff is very nice. And our staff, lovely other staff here, full-time staff, is just 100% awesome and can always lean on them whenever I needed to. Yeah, I guess that's it. Caleb, like that.
I want to thank first our staff, James, Manny, Luis, and Diana. I also want to give a shout out to our amazing student assistants over there. Thank you guys so much for the work that you do. Also, thank you to all of our execs. Freddie, thank you for always being here and listening to all my complaints and texting me back when I text you back really late at night. And I want to give a special thanks to both of my roommates who are here tonight, Amaya and Faith. Without you guys, I would have never ran for senator. Amaya was my campaign manager, and Faith made me run. There was no other option. So thank you so much to both of you, and congratulations to everyone. It was nice to meet you. Oh, yield my time.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I don't know, I'm not that emotional of a guy, so I'll keep it pretty short. For those of you that I've gotten to work with, it was great to work with you. For those of you that I wasn't able to work with, well, that's unfortunate. I hope we can in the future. For those of you that I've made friends with, it's good being friends with you. We can still be friends after this. For those of you that I didn't really get close to, that's unfortunate. The Lyles College of Engineering is having Projects Day right now. So from 2 to 6, obviously it's no longer 2, but it is before 6. If you guys use the calendar, this time block is blocked off until 6. So I know you guys probably have nothing better to do. So we did help fund this with sponsored activity grants. Please come. I'll be there. I'll be presenting my project. Actually, just step away to come here for this. I'll be going back immediately after. And, well, I thought it'd be funny if I gave the same send-off that I did on the meeting that I got installed. So a good leader knows when to stop talking, and I will do so now. I give my time.
Thank you, sir.
Anyways, hi everyone. I'll start with the quick announcement for my farewell. So finals is coming up, so we're to final smackdown. I have been working to bring an acai bar onto campus. Hopefully it's gonna come through. We're just waiting on Fresno, County, to push it through. They haven't gotten back to us. Usually they'll say something if there's something wrong, but I think everything will go well. So I think we're giving out 160 bowls, free bowls, so you'll get to pick your toppings, super yummy. So we'll have that, and then on to my farewell. I am so glad that I got to be part of this year. Karen reached out to me. She's like, I think you would be perfect for this. I think you would love doing this. And I did love doing it. Thank you to Lupita. She's the one that encouraged me to do EPS. I was like, I don't think I'm ready. And if it weren't for her, I probably wouldn't have run. I enjoyed working with each and every one of you. I probably spend more time in the ASI office than I do anywhere else. And I will be back next year, so Manny, Luis, James, I will be bugging a lot more. And congratulations to everyone graduating. And with that, I yield my time.
I have not been a part of Senate long, but it has been a lot of fun to be a part of. It's something that's really awesome, a really fun time, and I think, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. But it's a great time to be a part of, and it was a lot of fun, and I am grateful for all of you that I've got to meet, and I wish nothing but the best for everyone who's graduating. If you're staying with ASI, I hope the next cohort is as great as this one. With that, I yield my time.
So I'm not the best at giving speeches or even like speaking out, but I want to give a huge thanks to our staff, Diana, Luis, James, Manny. You guys have really helped me out, especially with my outreach events. I would probably be losing my mind, and I probably stressed you guys out many times, even Freddie. But I really do appreciate your guys' efforts, and being a part of student body government has been like a huge, I guess, change for me, and like trying to get out and being, you know, an advocate for the students. And you know, I really appreciate it, and I really thank the students for, you know, placing me into this role. So with that, I yield my time.
Oh God. I'm bad with speeches. So originally I wasn't gonna say anything, but now unfortunately I have to. I wanna start off by thanking everyone. There is so many experiences I've learned from that I've been a part of, especially this last year in ASI. But Luis for taking my back after an archery injury, and also letting me be the like, oh, can I do this? Maybe let's not. Let's pull back a little bit. Diana for always being there to support my ideas, help with the artwork, and get the programs out. Manny for dealing with the chaos that is me trying to find my budget. When there is so many groups that Jedi supports and there's so little money. James, there's a lot I could thank you for. You and me butt heads all the time. But I did call you when my car died, when I needed someone. So you're definitely more like a family member than I would say I probably let on. Friday, of course, is more like my brother. This man taught me what it meant to be Jewish outside of, even though he doesn't claim it, he did have a bar mitzvah, so under Jewish law. But teaching me that Judaism, because especially in Fresno, it's a very, 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 very small community. There's only 5 of us on campus. Teaching me that it can be more than just be normal. My little, I'm glad you ran and are continuing in this. Faith, I love you, even though we butt heads a lot. Lupita too. Sorry for being on random people's floors so many times. Lexi, you're honorary at this point, so thank you. Me and Lexi went through it with LGBT plus stuff. Okay, Lexi's honorary ASI. And then all my friends that I've made, especially on same floor, Ray, Cindy, just to name Cindy, Landon, like just to name a few. There's
Just calling everyone up.
I have more friends than that though in ASI. But I just love you all so much, and I also want to shout out, like, there is, DEI is more than just me. It's always been a committee. It was never, so I will never take credit for any of my resolutions, because the truth about it is it came from students. So there is so many student orgs that I hope Jedi continues to support and work through, and I'm very excited that there's 2 people actually interested in the position. And I just hope that we learn to grow together regardless of our situation, because definitely ASI was a growing process, from getting disowned to being able to be here today. It's an amazing experience because it feels like I have a family again. I'm not gonna cry, but with that, I yield my time.
Thank you. Senator Moore.
I guess I'm not the best with speeches either. I didn't know we were actually going to do this right here, right now. So I was like, oh, okay. So let me like wrap up my thoughts. I just want to start off by thanking everyone who made my year such a great time. I don't know if you guys knew, but I was actually supposed to graduate last year. I only decided to stay just to get a prerequisite for my master's program. And I'm so glad I decided to stay, and I completed my full ASI terms, when originally I also thought I was gonna drop spring because I was done, and I'm glad I did it. I feel like I learned a lot here, and I grew with you guys, and I probably made more friends this year than I did all my other 4 years. So I really appreciate you being here. I feel like you guys are all like my coworkers. And yeah, and I also want to thank the staff. You guys are always super supportive. So thank you. I have my time.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not Maris. I'm a proxy, so I'm fulfilling my duties. But being in ASI previously, I could always vouch for the staff here, especially Freddie, Faye, the entire exec committee. They came from my cohort, and I'm very proud of what they've done. I'm also very proud of what Maris has done, and Torrance has done too for the College of Agriculture. I would say we have definitely made a huge progress within our animal science units, which is the pride of this university, because not everyone has a 1,000 farm acre right on campus. So thank you to everyone that was part of that journey, and those who helped mentor Maris, and I'm glad she filled in big shoes that I was able to leave behind for her. So thank you. With that, I yield like that.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be a part of ASI and talking to me. You know, like talking. I guess I got to meet a lot of new people and make a lot of new friends I would never thought I would talk to. I learned a lot of things, and I never thought I would make connections with people I would like never talk to, I guess. I just want to say thank you to the staff and the exec and the senators for making this year great, and then I would like to congratulate everyone that is graduating. I yield my time.
I want to take this time to thank the student body for their vote and confidence in me. The lessons learned during my time here at ASI has taught me very valuable lessons that I'll cherish forever. Thank you to my fellow senators, executive board members, the Internal Affairs Committee, Faith for not being the scary president that I thought you were going to be when I first got assigned to the Internal Affairs Committee. Everyone in ASI, Freddie, thank you for being an awesome EVP and some food for thought. 4 years ago, I was a junior in high school, so you've been here for a good second, so I really appreciate it.
You're all.
You've been here for a good minute, so thank you for your time here, making our jobs easier, and a huge thank you to everybody I didn't specifically name for their valuable efforts in ASI. I'm extremely grateful for you all, and with that, I give my time.
Alright, I'll keep this short since I'm last one, but I found a document I had on my computer from right before I started my freshman year, listing all the things that I was hoping to get involved in at Fresno State, and ASI was on that list, but I did forget about it the first 3 years. I was too scared to ever campaign or run for the position, so when the opportunity came up last year, thanks to President Van Hoven for pushing me to run, and Senator Cardinale, RIP, not dead, just left it, for pushing me to run for this position, and I had so much fun this year. This has probably been my favorite activity that I've done at State. I've met so many great people, and I can't wait to continue the friendships I've made with some of them. So thank you to our executives, our staff, student assistants, and fellow senators for making this last year very fun. With that, I yield my time.
Thank you. And with that, we will move forward to staff reports. Do you have a statement for us today, Director?
I do.
All right.
I'm always reminded how old I am when you guys say when you graduated high school. This is always an emotional moment for staff because we invest a lot of time and effort and energy into developing you all as leaders, and it's such a great moment to see all you guys grow from when you start to when you finish. And I always attribute that as the light bulb moment when you go through your trainings and we throw all this information at you and then you start putting it into practice. And with each and every one of you, we see that little spark of excitement. We're like, oh, I finally got it. This is what I can do, and this is how we can do it. And it's such a privilege for staff to support you in your student-led initiatives to make and enhance the student life here on campus. So with that being said, every year ASI staff witnesses the transition of leadership between the incoming cohort and the outgoing. Whenever we onboard each new cohort, we are filled with hope and optimism for the many great things that will be accomplished together in the next academic year. Throughout this process, we observe each and every one of you as you settle into your new roles and positions. While there is a large learning curve, each of you have managed to learn, develop, and grow into the leaders that you are today. This is not an easy process, especially as you navigate the challenges of balancing your academic, professional, and personal lives while also trying to Each of you have made significant contributions to ASI, whether you're an executive or a senator, a student assistant, or a staff member. Whether it be through your individual special projects, bylaw and policy updates and revisions, collaborating with other campus organizations, or attending the numerous CSSA meetings up and down the state, all of which have contributed to enhancing the student life here and throughout the CSU system. I hope that all of you know that all of your contributions have not gone unnoticed, that they are valued and that they are greatly appreciated. This work is not done in a vacuum or in a silo. When I say that it takes a village to do this work, it really does. It's not easy, but because of all of you, ASI continues to be a valuable partner in enhancing the student life and the student experience for all students at Fresno State. Now, a new page will turn for all of you, whether you'll be continuing your service to students on campus or starting a new chapter in the journey of life, where you will embark upon new career paths, advancing your academic career, or taking a well-deserved rest to reflect and plan whatever is next for you. As we send you off into the world, know that you will always have a home here at ASI. We hope this has been a positive, even if challenging at times, learning experience. One that you will look back on with pride, joy, and confidence that you made a difference in someone's life here and beyond. So I say make good life choices and make good trouble wherever you go, and don't forget to uplift and support others along your way. The world can be a difficult and challenging place, so a smile, a compliment, or just a friendly check-in goes a very long way. Thank you for all of your service, and congratulations to all of the graduates. Thank you to the executive team, to all senators, to the staff that are here today that have helped and supported you along your way. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. One more time, please. And for the last time for me, we will now move forward to item 9, adjournment. Does any member have any further business before we adjourn this meeting? Seeing and hearing none, I'll open the floor for a motion. Senator Rivera.
A motion.
You're always my reliable person. And then Senator Chowdhury.
I second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing and hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Any abstentions?